Okay, so World Star Hip Hop asked the signature question for the fellas when it comes to dating women for the first date. Should you pay the whole bill or should you go 50-50? So before I give my opinion on this, let me make this clear. It's just my opinion, and this is only me stating various situations that seem paramount to the subject at hand. I ain't 100% right, but neither is y'all. And I damn sure ain't gonna be wrong for a minute or two. Okay? Now, I've tagged a few of my female mutuals in this post. If I tagged you, it's because I think you one of them chicks with an actual adult opinion compared to the little girls that's out there all over social media. Okay? But let's dissect this shit. So, I've taken women out to eat before, and I can say this: I paid the bill, not a problem in any way, shape, or form. However, in all retrospect, women have developed a complex that would make Kanye West look like a freaking saint. Women have developed a God complex behind this. There was a British or Australian comedian who covered this subject. Okay, because just like, oh, what you call it, basically because I spent my whole time getting ready for him and all that, he should be honored to be in my presence. And literally, he made it clear that if that's the case, if he's paying for the date, you should automatically sleep with him. He said it just like that, and she was like, nope. And the girl was like, no, that's not fair. It's like okay, so I think the reason I think women should pay the bill is because you're saying that you're better than him. You've developed a God complex unparalleled. Now, that was back in 2015, and so far, that motherfucker ain't been wrong. If anything, a lot of y'all women doubled down on that mindset, tripled down, if anything. Now, what do I mean when I say that? Well, let's look at it from this perspective. For the last 3+ years alone, okay? The last 3+ years alone, it's been kill all men. It's been men ain't shit. It's been shut the fuck up and go die in the war. Okay? We've been called disposable ATMs and all that. But hold on, before we get to the whole shit where it sounds like I'm just bashing specifically on the women, I do want to check the fellas on this one, because there is some shit where I gotta call this out. Fellas, I'm specifically the ones that be sitting there talking about what you call it, if you gotta ask your girl, if you're gonna ask a girl to do 50-50 on a date, hey, you less of a man, pick a struggle. Buck 50 moment, real buck 50 moment. Pick a struggle. You can't have that, because you will be the same type of motherfucker sitting there saying that shit, but then sitting there talking about you agree with Dave Chappelle, chivalry's dead and women and killed it. Did you the same type of dude sitting there complaining about how women have developed this whole entitlement in their mind and all that shit? Well, how do you nip that in the bud? You make them pull their weight. She a grown ass woman. She pay bills and all that shit. Think about it. Oh, you gotta pay all of the food, pay my bills, do this, that, and the third. What? Like, here's what I see here. Gimme, like a fucking 5-year-old. What the fuck should they giving back to you? But wait, I'll triple it. I'll triple this shit. So far, what I've said seems like some shit from the past. But look, I'll give you this one. The girls that be bringing their best friends talking about the man better pay for them too. I'm just saying, ladies, if I'm not getting a surprise threesome at the end of this shit, you better learn to figure that shit out. I can see, like, okay, look, this is all fun and everything, but since you two made it to the restaurant, you didn't have your conversation, I'm gonna leave. If it ain't one of them situations, I better be getting something, because I'm not paying for 2 meals. Because if that's the case, I better be dating both of y'all, and you both better be loyal. And while I'm on the subject of loyalty, most of y'all chicks ain't loyal. You will use a guy for free meals. I've actually been in a situation like this. I've dated chicks who I've liked in my college years, who literally did all this shit, and then I found out they had a boyfriend who was a straight up fucking bum, didn't pay bills, lived with his mama, and he had his girlfriend paying for all that shit. I'm sitting there, they're like, hold up real quick. Why am I doing your boyfriend's job? I called her out on her shit. I said, hey, why am I doing your boyfriend's job? Fuck all that. That's a grown ass man you fucking with. But if I don't pay your meal, I'm a broke ass fuck boy. Nah, that's the problem right there. It's too many, women doing all this shit. But here, I'll give you another eye opener, and this one's a recent one. Remember that same? Let me rephrase that. Let me try to keep the professionalism, but really, she didn't earn that title. I grew up in a family full of women, and we got to saying you don't want to get called out your name, don't earn the title so easily. And that one didn't earn her title, but that's another topic for another Tuesday. The same woman that sat there and said she was too good for Cheesecake Factory. Keep in mind, remember, there was videos a week and a half after that incident stating how she was broke, didn't have a dime to her name, struggling to pay bills and rent, all that other shit. Now explain to me how is it a woman of that caliber gonna sit there and say she too good for all that shit? And then on top of it, that y'all women doubled down with that chick and sat there and said, here's a list of places you should never take no woman on no first date. And you had a lot of dudes sitting there like, y'all women might as well just date each other because we ain't dealing with this BS. Because it's real shit. You a homegrown ass woman. I saw Outback and Red Lobster. Motherfucker, that is surf and turf, seafood and steak. That's some top quality shit, in my opinion. Y'all telling me y'all don't want to go there for first dates? Like, but wait, here, I'll do you one even better. The reason I say do 50-50 is because there's a level of mutual respect for the guy that you date. Because you know for a fact you're not loyal. You know for a fact you don't like him. But most important of it all, if you did like him, you'd at least ask what's his budget. You'd at least ask what his budget is if you're going to expect him to pay. I'm sorry, but a lot of y'all chicks be sitting there like, I'm going to order an appetizer, I'm going to order a main course, I'm going to order dessert, and I'm definitely ordering like 6 margaritas and shit like that. And you going to sit there and say you ain't got to sleep with them. Fine. Men ain't nobody going to make you do something that you don't want to do. However, that double standard got to drop the fuck out. Bring your own wallet. Because why would a dude sit there and pay for that? You're obviously not loyal because you got 6 other dudes. Like, it's called being the teaser horse. Most dudes you expect a lot of y'all chicks be sitting there expecting men to be traditional and all that shit. But look at how shit is now. You ain't traditional. You pretty much hoeing yourself out to everybody. Let's be realistic. If you ain't got 12 plus dudes on the side, you got an OnlyFans where a dude can basically see the inside of your back door and your hoo-ha for $5.99 a month. And you sitting there thinking like, oh, what you call it? Because I'm one of a kind. And like, no. I say this not to show disrespect, but just to point out some shit. And I hope somebody, just anybody, both men and women, can sit there and say, you know what? This man got a point to a certain degree. Because if we want to fix happy issues in society, we got to at least make the other person accountable. Well, I'm just saying, if women want men to be traditional and pay the bill, there needs to be a level of mutual respect where you sit there and say, okay, you know what? I can't call him a broke man because he's paying the bill. He's doing what he can to get my attention and whatnot. But I will say this: a lot of women in today's society, they got to get rid of that God complex. They got to get rid of the God complex. It's got to go. Like, because this whole, oh, I spent all this time trying to get ready. Look at me. I look too good to be with you and all that. No, that's got to stop. It's like, I feel it's like this. If you don't want that kind of energy, and trust me, a lot of y'all have basically made it clear you don't want to date men in general. Well, and if you want to prove a guy like me wrong, actions. Everybody can do this. This is so cheap, it's free. Prove me wrong with your actions. That being said, no distracting arguments. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, ladies and gents. This is the host who does the most, Lit Like 96. I'm outie.